All right, so I don't have a catchier name for this right now, but this is day one of forcing myself to contentify my life until I lose weight, as is my goal for now. So the idea is that I have always wanted to kind of make content, had camera equipment for years. I used to stream a little bit, but as trying to keep up with like gym motivation, my gym motivation's actually been pretty good. I've been going to the gym pretty consistently, very consistently for the last 6 or so months. I was kind of on and off at the gym before that, but it's gotten pretty good, and I'm happy with the place that I'm at in the gym in terms of like strength level and like muscle gain. It's felt very great. But the one thing I can't shake is I still have like body fat that I'm hanging on to, and I'd really like to, for once in my life, just be kind of shredded. And I don't know if I could achieve that. I know that's mostly a diet thing, so we're going to try to attempt to track all calories that I consume today on the screen. So this morning for breakfast, I already ate and pooped, but don't tell anyone. For breakfast this morning, I had this almond cereal, very convenient. I did make sure to measure it out, so I had, I think 61 grams of this cereal. The serving size is 59 grams at 260 calories, which is not ideal because I'm shooting for around, on days that I work out, around 2,000 calories. Days that I don't work out, I'm trying to shoot for around 1,700 calories. So this is a lot. This is like, depending on, it's a lot. It's like 10% or more of my daily calorie intake. So I had that with some milk, about a cup of milk, I didn't measure the milk, I'll be quite honest with you. But let's say, because we always like to estimate higher, let's say it was a cup of milk, just to be fair, right? And to estimate as many calories as possible. So I'm going to do all the calculations and put that on the screen somewhere. That'll be for me later to do. So we had the cereal, we had the milk, and then I also had coffee, and my girl just picked up this creamer that I had to try. So again, we're off to a bad start here. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna get better, but we're off to a pretty poor start. She bought this Chobani coffee creamer with real cream, and it's literally called Chobani Sweet Cream. Sweet cream is like it's the devil's temptation, man. This shit's good. But I did measure this as well. This one I measured accurately because I know when you do stuff like this can sneak up on you calorie-wise, okay? This is 35 calories, and you're like, oh, only 35 calories, but that's per tablespoon, brother. How often are you using a tablespoon of creamer? Especially if you're having I like to have a large, tall cup of coffee. Let me show you what my coffee looked like. And so I used about 3 servings, which is 105 calories. So that's not great. We'll take that off the calculation there. I don't know what my remaining calories are, but I'm gonna go ahead and calculate that now, and I'll let you know where we're at. This is the coffee. It's a nice tall glass. I was using this coffee right here, which is a Khalifa Farms cold brew concentrate. Just add water. So I did. And that's 15 calories. I'm gonna be honest, stuff like this I don't really count. Not because it's so little calories, but because the serving size is also pretty big. This was like, the serving size for this is like half of this cup right here. And then the water was the other half. So that's 15 calories. I don't count coffee. I don't count like seasonings, even though some seasonings you should. But like, you know, if I'm using, for example, Montreal steak seasoning right here, let me grab that out. This is delicious. It's still 0 calories. That is 1/4 of a tablespoon, so to be fair, there's a lot of sodium in there. Also not really tracking my sodium. Let me know in the comments if you think I should track my sodium and stuff like that. Again, I'm pretty new to like extreme weight loss stuff, so I don't really know. I know sodium is bad for your blood pressure, I'm pretty sure, and stuff like that, but overall, you know, I'm not too worried about seasonings and coffee itself. Coffee creamer, absolutely, you need to be counting stuff like that because those are heavy on calories. It'll sneak up on you. But I think while we're off to a pretty poor start, the pre-workout is always kind of a bit more carb heavy and less protein heavy. So I'm going to go hit the gym. I'm going to go weigh myself. We're going to kind of establish some goals for weight loss, and then I'll see you back here in a little bit. We're going to go finish my coffee. We're going to go to the car. We're going to go hit a sick workout. I'll see you after, okay? By the way, I thought I should just tell you, this coffee is so bomb. It tastes like sweet cream. Sweet cream. It's good. You should pick that up. It's good stuff. Don't use too much, but it's good. I'm also reading a book. Let's see, what's the book called? I just started reading a book today called The Price of Peace by Zachary D. Carter. Is that right? It is part of the Lemonade Stand Book Club. Shout out to Lemonade Stand. If you guys haven't listened to the Lemonade Stand podcast, it's fantastic so far. Been a big Glizzy fan for a few years now, so it's I love the podcast. I decided to join the book club because I want to read more. So definitely, it's an interesting book so far. It goes into John Maynard Keynes. I hope I'm saying that right. That'd be kind of embarrassing if I read a whole chapter and I wasn't reading it right. Goes into John Maynard Keynes' early life, and I read the kind of introduction chapter, so it talks about his love life and his economic successes and stuff. And it's just interesting. I don't know, maybe I'll talk more about stuff like that, but for right now, I enjoyed my coffee. We're going to go hit the gym, get a sick pump. Gonna be a good time. I'll see you there. Let's go down to the car. Beautiful day today. Also, some other things I wanted to talk about. I know I'm kind of a yapper, but some other things I wanted to talk about is like why I wanted to get into this this vlogging stuff is because, when people tell you to practice something, right? Or like when you say, "Oh, I want to do X, Y, or Z," what is like the best advice that people give you, right? Like, for example, let me give you an analogy here. When people say like, "Oh, I want to get into coding," what's the best way to do that? Pretend I'm on Reddit, okay? I make a post. I want to get into coding. What's the best way to do that? What's everyone going to say in the comments? They're going to say, start coding then, right? And I think that that's like, wow, that's kind of a dumb answer on like the surface, right? Like it is very much like okay, well, right, if you want to do this thing, you got to practice that thing. And yes, like people are looking for a specific practice resource, I feel like, when they ask a question like that. But it's true that it's like, it doesn't really matter what you do, whether or not you're, if you're coding, right? Whether or not you do like the Odin project or you hop on, like Leak Code or something and just start solving problems, right? Like the best way to get into something typically is to just do that thing. And so while I'm not sure that vlogging is like the thing I want to get into, I've known that I wanted to create content for a long time now, at least to some degree. So here I am. Creating content. I feel like vlogging is kind of the easiest way to kind of get in the door. That's not a knock at vloggers. To be a good vlogger is definitely different than being a me vlogger. But I do feel like, to some extent, right, just practicing the art of like forcing myself to be in front of a camera, at least for part of the day, as much as I can handle it, and as much as convenient as it can be, or as much as I can handle the inconvenience of like having a camera with me. Just to force myself to do that and hopefully get better at being in front of the camera. So if I want to translate that to like, doing other kinds of projects on camera, because I've tried to record YouTube videos before. And maybe they're out there somewhere, but they're not great, right? And I think it's partially because like my stuff was like kind of undercooked in like the conceptual stage. But also like it's just comfort in front of the camera, and honestly I don't have a lot of that. So hoping to get more comfortable in front of the camera and kind of find the point between where you express an idea well and are comfortable doing it, right? Because it's like the where scripted content meets like riff content, right? Like how much of it are you supposed to have, you know, practiced and kind of scripted versus how much do you just like riff off the vibes, you know what I mean? And so I think in the past I was like really struggled with that, in that I would either like fully prepare everything that I say and recite it over and over and like do a bunch of takes, or I would just like riff the whole thing and it would be kind of like hot garbage like it is now. So hopefully by practicing some of that riffing skill in front of the camera, we can become better vloggers together, better people in front of the camera. So anyway, I'm gonna hit the gym. Sorry for the yapping. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe that'll be the style. It's just a lot of yapping and a little bit of lifestyle gym content. I don't really know. We're just doing this, okay? So we're gonna hit the gym. Also, sorry, last thing, I swear to God, my brother got me into this app called Gravel. And if you ever heard of it, it like generates workouts for you. I don't know if you can see that, but it's telling me that my next workout today is hamstrings, quads, calves, abs. So that's what we're gonna hit. As much as I hate leg day, I do need to do some ab workouts. I also might pair that with some high intensity interval training throughout the week to kind of get stuff moving, get the fat loss going. Also, you got me. I'm yapping again, all right? If anyone has any advice or tips for me, I'm like super open about taking criticism, constructive, as long as it's pretty constructive, you know. I'm not asking for hate, okay? but yeah, I'm trying to kind of do like I'm not saying like a body recomposition thing, but my idea of how I'm understanding fat loss at my stage is, right, like I've worked out now for months. I have some muscle mass and definition. I'm not saying a lot, okay? I'm not. I'm ready for people to say bros training till mild discomfort. Okay, I get it, okay? I'm not saying I have a lot of muscle mass, but there is muscle mass there. And so what I'm trying to do right now is go on a calorie deficit, but try and maintain my protein levels to about minimum of like 150 grams a day of protein. And then if I run out early, I will just fast for the rest of the day to maintain my calorie deficit. And I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of going for a fat loss / body recomp situation, because I don't want to lose the muscle that I have, hence the protein intake, and I want to lose the fat that I have, which is the added cardio and the calorie deficit. If anyone, especially nutrition experts or exercise experts out there, please let me know if I could be doing something better or optimizing my routine. And with that, that's enough yapping. I'm going to the gym, so I'll see you when we get there, okay? All right, here we are at the gym. Let's take a look at my workout today. It's gonna be a little crazy today because I set the time. I have a lot of time today to work out, so I set it to a higher time than I normally would, which is 90 minutes. I don't usually do a 90-minute workout. I'm gonna see how this goes though. It's day one, I'm feeling good. Let's do a 90-minute workout, okay? It's leg day today, so the target muscles today are hamstrings, quads, calves, and abs. So starting off with seated leg curls for those, what's that, hamstrings? Where's that, quads? Hamstrings and calves. We're starting off with a seated leg curl. Then we're moving to, well, we're not necessarily doing this in order, but we have seated leg curls, Smith machine RDLs, drop set of dumbbell Bulgarian split squats, leg presses, Smith machine squats, hip loaded calf press machine. Don't know if I have that machine at the gym. I'll let you know if there's any variations to this when I get in there. I'm going to try to do everything as true to the workout guide as I can, but we'll see how that goes. We also have planks. Did I say Smith machine squats? Okay, well yeah, I did. Planks, mountain climbers, side planks. That's a lot. So we're going to see how that goes. Honestly, we'll see. Like I said, if I'm not feeling it the whole way, we might cut out some things because this is, again, more than I usually do. That's 9 exercises, all of them with 3 to 4 sets each. So yeah, we're looking at a long workout. Wish me luck. It's gonna get intense. All right, let's go. All right, we just got back from finishing the 90-minute workout. I don't actually know. Let's see how long it really was, because I did skip one exercise because the machine was broken. At least the most equivalent machine. It was the calf raises. So we didn't do any calf. Hold on. So we did the hamstrings, quads, and abs. It still ended up being an hour and 34 minutes. I don't know if you can see that right there. Hour 34 minutes. This is again that app I'm using. It's called Gravel. If you want to check it out, you can always friend me on Gravel. I don't know how you do that, but I'll figure it out, and we'll figure it out. You know what I mean? So, but it said, yeah, I had a hour and 34 minute long workout. It burned 327 calories, and I did everything except for the. I don't even see them now because I removed them from the exercise. But they were some kind of calf raise, which honestly I hit calves in a lot of. I feel like a lot of compound, like the squats and the Bulgarian split squats. I definitely had some calf exercise there. Anyway, we're gonna head now to the grocery store. I'm gonna pick up some stuff to make a meal. Let's see what time it is. Shoot, I do not have a lot of time, so let's go pick up a quick meal at the grocery store. We're gonna get probably some ground beef, probably some yams or sweet potatoes, which I guess are the same thing, and maybe some blackberries or some kind of fruit thing. So yeah, we're gonna go do that. I'm probably not gonna take the camera inside because that's embarrassing. It's like a full-blown camera situation, so that's a bit much for me right now. Also, I know a lot of the people that work at this store, so yeah, I'm gonna leave the camera in the car this time. I'll show you the haul when we get out, okay? And I'll meet you there. All right, we just got back from the grocery store. We spent $18.36. $18.36. We're gonna try and calculate that per meal and get that number down, because we want to have like a target amount of meals, target price per meal in mind. And keep in mind, this is like a gym day it's a gym day meal, so this is gonna be a little bit more protein heavy, a little bit higher quality ingredients. But we got some blackberries. I might rethink the blackberries right off the bat. They're pretty expensive. I underestimated how much just these. Oh wait, I got organic. Big L. I wanted the normal ones because they're cheaper, but that little thing of organic blackberries is going to send me back a whole $3.99, which is pretty ridiculous, if you ask me. I got 2 things of this 96.4 ground beef. Honestly, this is a pretty decent price, I feel like. Well, $7.49 for a pound of ground beef. It's not great. But I also got a red bell pepper. You can chop that up for some veggies. And I got a bag of sweet potatoes. This is actually pretty good value. This bag of sweet potatoes is like $5. No, this is $2.49. $2.49. That's crazy. 2-pound bag. Like $1 per pound of sweet potatoes. That's cheap, right? That's next level cheap. So that's definitely like the most nutrient dense, least expensive thing on the list here. So I'm pretty stoked about that. That's pretty much all we got. But I got two things, 2 pounds of ground beef. So we got 2 pounds of the 96.4, the blackberries, and the red bell pepper, and the sweet potato bag for $18. Like I said, I will calculate the price per meal on that and put it here, at least for what I eat today, and then kind of extrapolate that out to what I could turn that into. So we're going to go inside now. I'm going to bring this inside. We're going to cook it. I'm going to show you when we're done. We're doing real simple today because I got work in a couple hours. And honestly, I don't have a lot of time. I got to shower still and all that good stuff, jazz and bologna. Let me put this stuff back in the bag. All right, let's go. inside. Bag secured. Let's get cooking. All right, so this is the completed meal right here. We got the bell peppers, the ground beef, and the sweet potatoes, as well as the, we're gonna try and eat the whole, well, probably eat the whole container of blackberries right here. And then I made myself a double scoop protein shake. So I think it's like 50 grams of protein right there, just for the shake. So I'm about to enjoy this. So I'm gonna watch some videos probably and enjoy this meal.
Let's all open this with like a secret medical thing that nobody knows about you.
Ooh.
This can't leave the Discord, by the way. This is only for patrons. I have a skin tag on my balls, and it seems like there's another one.
The meal's done. It was delicious. I'm gonna go take a shower, shave, and probably try to consume a little bit more protein because we're actually only at, I think, somewhere around 100 grams of protein. I'm shooting to be like minimum 150, just based on the very popular 0.7 grams to 1 gram of protein per pound of body fat, or per pound of body weight, excuse me. So yeah, we're gonna try and get that up a little bit. Maybe have some protein snacks. I'll keep you updated if I eat anything or if I make any more protein shakes and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go try and relax. I feel like taking a nap after eating that. I still feel like a little energized, which is good. I don't feel like crashing out, but yeah, definitely like the first substantial meal I've had today, besides the breakfast this morning, which was just cereal and coffee. So yeah, like substantial calories going in. So I gotta let those settle a little bit, and yeah, I'll keep you updated. All right, update time. I finished my shower, I got dressed for work, and I did some dishes that were much needed because it was getting kind of messy in the kitchen. So I did that. I'm gonna head to work now. Probably, actually, I'm gonna chillax for like, I've got like 30 minutes. But I'm pretty cooked after the gym and after eating and everything, so I just kind of want to lay down. Then I'm gonna go to work. So this was day one. If I don't see you again, hopefully I do. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. If you did, I appreciate it. More of these to come. So I'm forcing myself to vlog. All right. Well, bye.